Hey there. I'm just in here mixing up the medicine like Bob Dylan. I didn't know you guys were coming today. DMH Cribs, it's been a while since you guys have been here. Hold on one second. This is my office. This is where I do all my reviews and podcasts and color art pieces and so forth. But let's get to what everybody really wants to see. A little update, if you will. So, this is my wondrous Impossible Toys Tetrajet collection. Now, these things, absolutely horrendous. Every bit of horrendous with a capital H, my friends. However, do they not look the part? So this is a one-shot deal, and my purchase of G1 Cybertronian Tetrajets is complete. Over here we have some masterpieces in jet mode. As soon as I get the Takara masterpieces, I'll switch out the iGear ones, and I'll have the Coneheads as well, and Jason Solo. Haven't opened them yet, but I am. It's on the to-do list. Let's hurry on. A couple updates to the album wall. I'm not sure what was up here the last time you guys were here, but I got Helter Skelter on vinyl, sir. That was no slouch. Perfect Circle, Florence and the Machine. So tons of good stuff. Here's some ticket stubs of concerts I've attended. 9 Inch Nails, Florence, Perfect Circle, Slaughterhouse. Big Slaughterhouse fan for those in the know. Let's see, these are, this is my favorite album and my wife's favorite album of all time. 9 Inch Nails, The Fragile, and Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes, and Transformers, 86 vinyl. So that's a nice touch too, isn't it? Coming down here, as you can see, the Island of Misfit Toys certainly has been ramped up with those Combiner Wars releases. It had to, am I right? That guy knows what I'm talking about. And then up here we have Unique Toys Predacons. I'm gonna be reviewing them eventually. I'm gonna go back to therapy for those. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm updating my collection is I want all the Combiner teams in robot mode, alt mode, and combine mode. Make Toys is gonna be my alt mode set, and there they sit. Around here, my Stunticons, my animated Stunticons, BotCon exclusive, and another Star Wars Grail that I wanted that I haven't opened yet. That's from Star Wars Legacy series. And then the Make Toys Constructicons in alt mode squared away, ready to go. Now, I have some exciting news. New shelves. This is my main Star Wars shelving unit. And we have some Padmes up there and a TIE Interceptor. All the comics, not all of them, I'm still collecting, but sorted by Old Republic, prequels, original trilogy, post-trilogy, and then Legacy era. And then my collection of 6-inch Black Series and Figuarts along these shelves here, with plenty of room for aggressive expansion. CD collection hasn't changed a whole lot. It's a digital era, my friends. It's a digital era. Sad to see it go. Over here is my review area. I've updated this. I got tons of drawers for little tools and stuff. As you can see, whenever I'm reaching for something, it's usually up in there, Tiger Tracks and so forth, or a hammer to beat a TFC product. The review area, which is where we see each other 3 times a week, isn't it? Over here we have the Transformers collection. Now, I don't know if you saw that lamp over there with the shelves, but I'm gonna put another one here. I'm gonna put the IDW stuff on it. But I have reorganized these. So, Autobots, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, and Season 4, and then kind of what I like to call MISC. And up at the top we got some combiners, and I don't know what I'm doing with my Dinobots yet. I'm gonna have to wait and see when it's all said and done. I got an idea, but I'm not quite sure yet. And then in the middle 2 sections, we got IDW stuff, these Throttlebot guys, because I don't know what I'm doing with them either, and combiners and big bots. So you got the Omega Supreme, you got the Bruticus, the Bionus, all that kind of stuff, Sharkticons, DJD, Lost Light, and Wreckers. And then Utopia's at the top. And if I get him out of his A stance, we got room for a little Scorponok over here, don't we? A couple other combiners up there as well. Decepticons, same thing as before. Season 1, Season 2, Constructicons in bot mode, they'll go there eventually. Season 3, and Season 4/MISC. Over here we have our Detolfs. Not much has changed here except for this Carnage down at the bottom. Shout out to Diamond Distribution. I got a buddy that works there, and they were cleaning out. They were getting rid of some stuff, and they just passed it on to me. So that was much appreciated. And then Figuarts Mario, and some other little odds and ends. This was sent to me by John Garinger. Shout out to John. I like him a lot. Over here we have, top row, we have our Play Arts Kai DC variants. And then I haven't really sorted all the rest of this stuff out yet. I got leftover Transformer stuff that I don't know what I'm doing. I have some random robots over here, Voltron and so forth. I got the Max. If you know who the Max is, you have my respect. Big fan of the book, big fan of Sam Keith, big fan of the cartoon, big fan of MTV at that time. No longer. Down here we have a couple GoBots. Here's the Mortal Kombat stuff. G.I. Joe 3 3/4, Cobra, and the Joes. Cobra, you'll notice I have Zorana up in there. And then we have my NECA Turtles there, looking good. And down there we have the Figuarts Justice League, which unfortunately is going to be a very small shelf forever, which is a real bummer. Also, my Transformers comics, as you can see, are right here. These are the volumes that you should be buying if you're not, and then the smaller ones, which I'll eventually trade out as these are released. So I got all of season 1, for lack of a better term, or like all, you know, volume 1, and then volume 2 starts over here, and we'll work that way. Over here we have stuff. Not a whole lot of this has changed, just some DC and some Star Wars statues. I love this Asajj Ventress and Dooku statue. It's one of my favorites. And but not much has changed. And then we got the classic Seekers up there and a bunch of other nonsense up there. That thing, I pointed it out in the last one, that's Firestorm. It's a comic my buddy Adam Russman and I started back in '91. And then when we had reached 25 years of friendship, I kind of did a year 1 reboot cover and gave it to him as a gift and made one for myself as well. Over here we have the Autobot symbol from that book. I forget, it wasn't very good, but there it is. And then artists that have contributed stuff for my collection, which is some of my favorite stuff. I don't know if these gentlemen want their name out there, but John and Steve, and pretty good stuff there. Over here we have our seating area. This is where Skullface entertains. This is business over there, lounge over here. You know what I'm saying? I did upgrade my TV. You'll be happy to see. So no more big tube. I'm all up in the mix and a little Curb Your Enthusiasm for later. My wife has compared me to a 50-50 mix of Larry David and Tony Soprano, so that's why I'm watching that these days. DVD collection with Star Wars Unleashed figures to use as bookends, and then all my Star Wars 3 3/4 beasts are up there, and then my Star Wars 3 3/4. It's a mix of stuff, but this is half of it, and they're all separated kind of by eras and teams. Over here we have some Play Arts Kai stuff, Catwoman and Poison Ivy, some Superman Man of Steel stuff, Man of Steel and Bale Batman, some random Batman stuff here, and then along here is going to be 3 floating shelves. It's going to be the Batman vs Superman, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. That'll look real sharp when it's all said and done. And then the women of the DC universe. I'm a big DC guy, so. Also on this side, we have the Force Awakens 3 3/4. So we're just getting started there, but we're already well underway, I'd say. And on this side, I want to make sure that I get plenty of shots of this because people have been asking about it. This is my mask collection. I used to have a lot more, but I kind of just narrowed it down to the key players from, you know, the seasons that I really had a stronger connection to. And I think I'll eventually move them over to here with another light stand, another like a shelving light system, and have them there and make room for more Star Wars 3 3/4 over there. Up at the top here, you'll notice these comic books. Just to reiterate, that's Spider-Man right there. That's the first comic book I ever owned. It's drawn, illustrated by Eric Larson, and he has signed that. My grandmother bought that for me. First comic book I ever got. More DVDs, and inside these cabinets, same as the ones over there, it's all seasons. It's all filled with seasons. Now this one is missing the shelf. Maybe this one too? That one is too. But tons of material. And then over here, more Star Wars 3 3/4. Those are all broken up once again by teams and so forth. So that's kind of where we're at update-wise. Oh, you know what else I missed? Few things. It's so much sometimes that I forget myself. My Marvel Legends, they're all going on floating shelves along the top here, and I have room on the opposite side to put more there. So I kind of have, if you'll follow me around, Avengers, X-Men, Spider-Man, kind of other. It's supposed to be like my cosmic area, but it's more so an other because I got Moon Knight and all that kind of stuff up there as well. Spider-Man villains, X-Men villains, and Avengers villains. And then this is my gaming table. As you can see, not much has changed here, but it is still certainly in service. And I painted all these guys myself. This is one of the ones I'm fairly proud of there. Fairly proud of that. Here's one thing I'm most proud of. This is TFC's Detective, and my plan for this is to get a shadow box and kind of put all the pieces in them in the bottom and just frame it to the wall. Now, there has been one thing that has changed drastically, my friends, and that is the baño. So, this is my bathroom. Here's an 8.5 of 11 by Lionel Richie. Don't ask me to say goodbye, because I'll only say hello. And over here is some DC 3 3/4 figures on this wall, as well as some reading material from when you're doing some heavy work in here, if you know what I'm saying. And then some personal artwork of mine. Now, I felt as though it was a little narcissistic to have a lot of my artwork in the main area. But what I felt like was not narcissistic was to have a bunch of my artwork in the bathroom. So I think that that's okay. And over on that side, we have a few more DC 3 3/4, as well as X-Men and the DJD. On our way out, we'll take a look at a few more things. Here's that lighting shelf I've been talking about. I'm gonna get a few more of those. These are nice. You can get them from Amazon for about, I think, 60 to 80 bucks, somewhere in there. They're nice. They come with little drawers in here you can pull out and stuff. We had a knockover, but it's fine. We'll fix it later. Up there, we got some DC Direct stuff as well as the Danger Girl stuff. And then on this wall here is going to be more Marvel Legends as that collection evolves. And then I got my He-Man up here. My He-Man. This is my Classics He-Man collection. It's very small. I'm not a huge He-Man fan. I'm I'll dabble. So the only one I'm missing is Teela. I'm just not committed to spending that much money for a Teela figure. All my shelving units down here, with the exception of the DVD ones and the CD ones, are from IKEA. You can find them for very cheap. I forget what these are called, Big Boys or something. Some nonsense with that little fella on there that's helping you build them. And then the Detolfs, and I think the Detolfs are 60 to 80 bucks. It's all relatively inexpensive. You just need the wall space to pull it off. Everything has its place. Every place has its thing. And right now, your place, my friends, is going to have to be somewhere else. Take care.